Hello, everyone. A very good evening and welcome back to another session on Mentacart Life. And as you all are aware, that our topic for today is really very interesting. And most of you might have seen this happening in your life all the time. That how you are working on your passions, how passion drives success. And today we are having wonderful mentors with us who are part of today's discussion. So let me first introduce our mentors. Our first mentor Venkat. He is an author, peak performance coach, a career counselor and coach, an insurance consultant and trainer, NLP practitioner, master practitioner, columnist, speaker, a passionate singer, and many more things to go. So we are very happy to have you today here, Mr. Venkat. And our next speaker, Geet. She is career and performance coach, managerial and leadership facilitator, talent management, and L&D professional. So we welcome our two mentors for today's discussion, and it's really amazing to have you all today. So, dear friends, you must be wondering that yes, we are talking about passion, you are talking about career, but let us first important, or let us first understand why is it so important to be a passionate person. So, Mr. Venkat, would you like to answer this question?
Hi, good evening, everybody. Thank you, Swarup. And I want to begin by thanking Mentor Code too for giving me an opportunity on this platform to make a difference to a lot of people. Uh, when it comes to success, the first word which crosses everybody's mind is passion. Because any result which is passion driven not only adds value to self, but more importantly to others. Because it is selfless action and the only recipe for success. And when things are done with passion, our own lives, we feel they are fulfilled. Because without passion, everyone is on equal terms. We all find jobs, we all make careers, we come out with flying colors in our schools or universities. There's not much difference. But one person or a couple of people who stand out is mainly due to their passion. Because every life has a purpose. Each one of us, we have come to this universe with a purpose behind it. And what passion does is it focuses the spotlight, like a performing artist. It focuses the spotlight on one's purpose. And when I talk of passion, again, the reason why it is very critical is passion is like burning coal in a locomotive. As and when the train starts moving, you would have seen the driver adding more and more coal so that the steam is there. It increases, the speed increases, the energy increases. As a result, uh, one can realize that nothing succeeds like passion. And second thing is, passion teaches us the hard way, but we do it very effortlessly because we love it. Somebody who is passionate, if he is not doing something which he is passionate about, he starts getting restless. He starts getting shivering. That means he is passionate about something. It also brings out all the traits, the core strengths, values, and most importantly, the burning desire to succeed. You may be a student, a professional, a working professional, a sportsman. If you have passion, you can find yourself easily surpassing any test in life. It can be any litmus test. You can pass any international standards if you are passionate about it. And to just culminate it, one who is with passion is limitless, unstoppable, and unmatchable. And he comes out shining like a gold which is running through fire before it becomes gold.
True. Very true, Mentor Venkat. What you have stated is absolutely bang on because I firmly believe that life without passion is nothing. I mean, you have to be passionate into something. So, Mentor Geet, you must have seen this happening on Mentor Card. We have a section called as D Talk, on which we get a lot of questions from students, from rather working professional students. Everybody puts a lot of questions. So, on numerous occasions, we get this question that how to identify career options.
Yeah. So it's an interesting question because there are multiple answers people can give for this. So,
True.
according to me, let me just focus on what my experience says. According to me, the key to identify career options is to first find out the answer to the question, "What is my career path?"
True.
Right now, how are these two different, career option and career path? For example, in my own case, my career path was people development and people growth, because as Venkat sir just spoke about this, we spoke about passions. I did go through the whole process of identifying what my passions are, what my purpose is, and after I decided what my career path is, I started the process of exploration and discovery. So when you match your passions, your purpose, you generate career options that are in alignment. So what was my career option after identifying my career path? Coaching and mentoring. I coach and mentor young professionals, help them get career clarity. So you can see a very clear alignment with the purpose and the career
True.
option. So
Great.
let me put it in a nutshell. The three essential steps to identify career options are: pin down your purpose and your passion. Number two, explore and research multiple career options that help you contribute and also fulfill your purpose. And
Right.
number three, do not ignore your interest areas and possible
True.
energizers, because in the long term, you need to be engaged with your career and you need to derive energy from it, because you wish to succeed. Everyone wishes to succeed, right?
True. True.
And
Very true.
finally, when you have gone through these three stages of selecting and shortlisting your career options, you can then create a goal map to build and design your future job or a business, as the case may be. So, according to me, these four stages are very essential if you want to arrive at your career option.
True. Very true. So, when you stated about identifying career option, I
Yeah.
firmly believe that there is a huge role of vision statement in identifying or leveraging what career options you have. So, Mentor Venkat, would you like to have your views on this? That how
Yeah, thanks.
important is the vision statement for identifying passion?
Yes, Swaroop, and I would like to thank Geet for adding a lot of very, very insightful input. It has made things very crystal clear because
True.
there is a lot of connectivity between what we both are trying to communicate today. When you talk of mission, the first thing is a mission of any person or any organization is basically a journey or how you travel towards your vision. So
Right.
everybody has a purpose, everybody has a vision, every organization has a vision. In other words, a mission statement decides or describes how I want or how somebody wants to go about in achieving what they want to achieve. It is like today I am here, maybe after 2 years I want to be there at a specific position or specific place. I make an action plan. I make a roadmap. I am clear what all I have to acquire, what all I have to pick up, how I strategize, how I go about it. And literally speaking, it is like it is not enough if you just put it on print or on paper because there is no real
True.
progress focus. Because coming back to the same thing, without passion, it is always recommended you align your vision and mission with your passion. Otherwise, it's like having a two-wheeler but no fuel. It is not going to take you anywhere. It is going to
True.
be parked in one place. And added to that, if one's mission is aligned with one's skill set, personal traits, passion, and it evolves around what qualities one would like to express to the world, what I love to do, and what I am passionate about, what my heart says, and what are my career interests and values. Because these things enable one to decide where he or she wants to reach in their life.
True.
And
Very.
I can guarantee you, I'll come back with a small example of my own career. Those who have reached it or those who have followed it will vouch that these have actually brought not only immense joy and unparalleled success in life, but immense value addition to others' life. So, knowing your life purpose and weaving your actions uh, laced with your passion is all about achieving success in life. Like I had a very successful senior corporate life in financial services globally. I have pursued are embarked on this mission of transforming people and coaching people after gaining global experience for almost 35 years. I had the fortune of working and learning from 7 international markets. And having done that, I could see I'm still passionate about something else. Though I have fulfilled everything, achieved whatever I wanted to achieve. This is what I said in the beginning. Passion keeps you driving always. There is no point where you want to relax or where you want to say enough is enough. You may stop with something, but the hunger, the desire, the drive to pursue with something which, again, I'm insisting, can add value to the universe, to others, is all about passion and how you can entwine your vision, your mission, and your passion together to achieve unparalleled success.
Right. Mentor Geet, I would like to ask you one thing that
Sure.
in today's era of Google, wherein whenever we type something, we get numerous things, you know. So, is it difficult to set a realistic career goal, or what do you think? How important is it to state a realistic career goal?
Um, Number one, the first part of your question, is it important? Yes, it is very important. A realistic goal, because when goal is not realistic, it only leads to demoralizing you and
Absolutely.
demotivating you, right? Now, how do you set up a realistic goal? Now, that's a question to ponder on. A realistic career goal or a realistic goal takes into account not just the essentials, but in terms of how to build or design your career, it should also account for contingencies. Any goal that does not take into account contingencies may have failures on the path. So after having decided what your career path is, if personally, I would focus on these 2 to 3 things. Number one, conduct an exhaustive research. Now, I spoke about this in the previous question as well, so I would like to elaborate a little bit. You need to be aware of all the possibilities when it comes to your new career or an entrepreneurial journey you're taking up. Research through LinkedIn, through white papers, through speaking to people who already are in the profession that you are trying to get into. Make Google your friend, right?
True.
Research brings to the surface a lot of things that might become roadblocks in the future. And this applies not just to your career goals, but any goal. When you do research, you come to know of any possible roadblocks that might take you off the path. So
Right.
you would like to be aware of those challenges. Number two is prepare yourself and build capability. A career change or a career goal requires, especially when it's an industry change, requires you to be ready and prepared for the unknown or any unprecedented situations. You are going to leave your comfort zone. So you want to be prepared. You need to do in-depth planning. You need to be mentally ready to take the plunge and take on the risks. So prepare yourself, build capability, because you need to do an analysis in terms of what does this change require, what does this goal require from me, what is the gap, and what more can I do to build capability to be performing at the level that it requires me to. And
True.
finally, I recommend every person who set up a goal, whether it is a business goal, especially if it is a career goal, find a mentor or a coach, right?
Hmm.
Any new change has its fair share of challenges and risks. So, as you go about setting up career goals, it is wise to take guidance from someone who has already taken the path that you are now on. It helps build not just a realistic goal, but also a very robust one,
True.
because the person will share their own experiences and will help you prepare your plan to not make the mistakes that they might have done,
Right.
right? So, just to summarize quickly, the 3 steps, according to me, would be research, build capability, and be mentally prepared, and finally find a mentor. And that's what we're doing at MentorCart also. So, absolutely.
Yeah, very well said, Mentor Gil. Now, again, coming to DTalk, you know, Mentor Card has this amazing feature called as DTalk, wherein
Yes,
anybody can ask question and you get so many coaches, so
very
many
true.
mentors who are answering those questions. So, Mentor Venkat, I would like to ask you one thing that on
Yeah.
various occasions, people are talking about core competencies. They are saying
Yeah,
that knowing your core competency is key to success. I want to ask
right.
you how.
Yeah, thank you once again. And I would like to begin this particular topic vis-a-vis the small my observation about having a mentor or a coach. Like Geet rightly said, you may have everything, whatever it takes, everything, but unless you are exposed to a mentor's experience and the mistakes and their learnings, somebody may not uh, be on the right path or be like a rudderless boat. Not only that, once you have a mentor or coach, the most important thing is you become accountable to somebody. You know, when you are
Yeah,
on your
Very
own,
important. Very
you don't
important.
have to be answerable or accountable to anybody.
very true.
But
True. Very true.
moment, the moment like I have a fitness coach or a mentor, before I eat ice cream, I think twice. If the mentor is not there, I eat. I don't
Yeah.
think, but I have two ice cream. No,
Right.
it's the difference is
True.
like that. And coming back to core competencies, these are something which are very very critical for the few things I'm going to tell you. Number one is this is the only thing which can differentiate the best from the rest. Like any movement or anything we do in life on a day to day or a periodical basis, we have to be the competent best. Otherwise,
True.
it is not going to take us anywhere. You are going to be pushed back to the background in a matter of minutes. Because competency is what makes somebody not only unmatchable, it also makes them irreplaceable and indispensable in a very, very highly competitive world. If I know
Right.
my core competencies, that means it helps me to become innovative, number one. Because
Yeah.
having competency alone is not enough. How you make use of it, how you take advantage of it. For example, you will find because the world is evolving on a day-to-day basis. Yesterday's world is not same today. Today's world will not be there tomorrow. So you have to equip yourself in such a way. One of the examples is how you have to tactfully do away with old practices in some cases so that you stand up to the evolving world. How you develop the competency to handle issues and problems on hand very, very efficiently, not only handling efficiently, but also be able to come out with new striking solutions. You know, everything
Right.
you do should be the first of its kind. That is what makes you a unique person, your own niche it gives you in your life. You come up with a USP. And some of the competencies, for example, are say communication. These are very simple, basic thing, but most critical in one's life if they want to advance or make a mark for themselves. For example, communication, adaptability, interpersonal skills, presentation skills. And for ease of convenience, I would like to group competencies into four categories. One is competencies which become your habits of success. Second is your creative know-how, how you have to be creative, how you can take advantage of whatever is on hand or the environment or the surrounding or even whatever you are having limitations or disadvantages in life. And third is how you find your abilities. You know, a lot of times you don't know certain things, you are not able to do certain things. How quickly you adapt, how you become able to do new things, compete, you know, come out with flying colors. And last and most important again is your content knowledge. You know, whatever we do two things. One is our hard skill set and our generic
Soft
or
skill.
soft skill set. So when I talk of content knowledge, you have to be a master of what you do. For example, if you are a
True.
salesperson, you should be a master of your product. Otherwise, you will not
Absolutely.
find a buyer. Take it from me. Not only
True.
your product, you should be a master of your competitor's product also, because people can corner you very easily. You know, these are
True.
the some of examples. And competitions enable one to face the real world out there to emerge successful and make the world a better place. Anything done for a certain period of days, I think earlier it was 21, now it is 66, if I'm right. It becomes a habit. This is what
Okay.
mankind believes. So pick those habits. That is what is of habits of success. Pick successful habits, discipline your life, and discipline in such a way you come out successful. Master the abilities which help you find a way to wriggle out of tight corner. Become creative and innovative. And last but equally important, equip yourself with supreme knowledge. That means nobody should be able to stand near you. That is why
True.
only thing which we can continue till our last breath, my personal Gita or Bible for me is continuous learning. Like I'm in a
Super.
new career, I have become one of the most active learners, and still there is a lot of things to learn in this world. And irrespective of your career or domain, you can find the stepping stones which assure you success and progress in life. And just to
True.
end it, competencies can also be put into three factors like whether you have the necessary desire, whether you have the necessary skill sets, and whether you have necessary tools. If you always ask yourself this question in any situation or scenario, your answer, if it is no, that means you have to do something to stand up to your expectation or what is expected from you to become the one and only. Thank you.
True. Wonderful. All of the people who are attending this particular interaction today, you must be wondering that such a wonderful discussion has been carried out. And can I ask them question even after this event? So yes, all the participants, this is a humble request to you all. You can download this mentor card app from the Play Store, and then you can ask this question, not just asking question. Through mentor card, you can get connected to this mentor on for one-to-one session also. That's the big highlight of being a part of mentor card and being a mentor on mentor card, right? So mentor Geet, I would like to ask you one thing, that
Yeah.
when we just spoke about core competencies, that means there is a huge aspect about knowing ourselves first,
Yeah.
then we can talk about the core competencies. So
Yes.
what do you think when we talk about knowing ourselves, what is the huge role played by the SWOT analysis?
SWOT actually, SWOT analysis is a great tool to assess yourself in order to plan whether you're trying to create a business or whether you're trying to create a new career or whether even in general, when you are trying to get into, let's say, registering for a marathon, you need to do a SWOT analysis to understand what your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats are, right? It is a tool that was traditionally used to assess an organization's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. That is the importance of SWOT, and we have adapted from it as and applying it to people. So what SWOT does for an organization is basically analyze internal and external environments. Now, internal aspects are analyzed by measuring strengths and weaknesses, and external environments are measured by opportunities and threats. However, SWOT now is not limited to just organizations, as I just said. It can be
Right.
applied to
To
assess
individuals
us.
also. Right.
Yes, absolutely. So compare us. So when we are applying SWOT on ourselves, we can assess ourselves. We can compare ourselves to our peers, our competitors, and you also use it to find opportunities for growth, business growth, or career growth, or personal growth. Right.
Oh,
Um, I see a big advantage of a SWOT, well done SWOT, is that it helps us better prepare ourselves. Now, Venkat just spoke about competencies and getting to a state where you're the best and there is no better authority. But that process of getting to the best requires effort. Now, how do you know what is best is by measuring the best, and how do you know what are the gaps is measuring yourself. So, if
true.
you remember, in the previous question, we also talk about importance of preparation while setting your goal. This is possible
Right.
when you do a SWOT, right? So,
Absolutely.
just to summarize, so through a SWOT, we can prepare ourselves better for any opportunity, whether it's career opportunity, it's a startup opportunity, it's a business opportunity that we're keen to grab, because it literally lists down what we need to learn and even unlearn when we
True.
plan to
True.
take up any new opportunity.
Absolutely
Yeah.
true. So, it's really amazing to see that an individual has so much of capability.
Yeah.
If they start working on their core competencies, probably there
Very.
won't be anything in this world which they cannot attain. So, Mentor Venkat, I have one question for you. You summarized about core competencies in such a wonderful manner. Can you
Yes.
please help us understand few tools by which we can identify core competencies?
Yeah. Thank you. And I would again like to reiterate the importance of identifying one's core competencies or the lack of it is the first step, is the beginning. It is
True.
the foundation to
Absolutely.
become a wonderful you. And
Yeah.
today we have innumerable tools when you want to measure or identify your core competencies or the lack of it.
Right.
In general, there are so many ways. You get feedback, you get observations from people. You in your workplace, you get your annual assessments. So many ways are there. But if somebody who is committed, who wants to make a difference to himself by bringing in the necessary change, because it's all about becoming able to stand out there and fight your own battle. You
Absolutely.
are on the
Absolutely.
top of the mountain. You are the only soldier surrounded by enemies in the life's war. So people
Yeah.
and youngsters have to definitely remember this. And some of the common tools are, say, we have seen any job which mandatory is an interview. To begin with, basic. There is sometimes preliminary interview, sometimes final interview. People assess your competencies. Similarly, by way of questionnaires, it can be assessed. People use group discussions to assess your competitions. People ask you to present yourself or do presentations to assess your competencies.
True.
People
Very
can
true.
go back to your earlier life or what has been your experience in your life to
Right.
assess, or what have been your achievables in your life to assess your competencies. But today, uh, one tool or two tools which come as a package is basically this psychometric test,
Right.
because these
Right.
are
Absolutely
so
right.
good and come with such a fine package. Psychometric test is whether, irrespective of whether you are a student, you are unemployed, you are just a homemaker or anything, something very similar to that has also come up, very, very evolved, very new, is your ideal career test. So, what
Okay.
these two things basically do is, first, they will enable somebody to find out about themselves. It's like we go to a medical lab to find our medical condition. Similarly, this is also a lab or a test where it gives you everything non-medical about you. This is what is the beauty of psychometric test. And before elaborating on that, I would like to emphasize that these can be further bifurcated. Like, if somebody wants to know what way I would prefer to learn things in my life, there is a
Yeah.
test called learning style test. Similarly,
Okay.
somebody who is in a very young age, student who is in 8th standard or 9th standard, they are in a dilemma, confused. What stream they choose going forward in their life? There is an exclusive test for stream selection. Similarly, if I want to become an engineer, but I don't know what engineer I become, whether an automobile engineer,
Right.
whether an electrical
Between
engineer,
us.
civil engineer, mechanical engineer, this test will exactly pinpoint not only what you are fit for, it will give you the order of preference, so that somebody who is passionate to become a civil engineer, if he is finding it in the second slot and the first slot is electrical, he can still attempt to become a civil engineer, right?
Yeah.
And the third is
Right.
ideal career test. That means if you are already in a particular career or you want to take up a specific career, this test will reveal to you how much ideally you are fit for that particular career, because all these things mostly are competency related. And when I talk of psychometric tests and ideal career tests, these things cover 6 very critical factors. What are they? First, it identifies what type of personality you are. Then it lists out. You see, the beauty is all these answers are coming from you. That is the beauty of this test.
True.
It is not like I am telling or dictating what is Swaroop. It is declared by Swaroop himself.
True.
Second is, what are your core strengths? Third is, what are your career values? What are your career interests? And what are your preferred learning styles? Even learning styles, there are 4 types: visual, auditory, read and write, and kinesthetic. So
Right.
accordingly, people will know which type they will become a fast learner. And not only that, it will also list out all the 8 skill sets which are required for every person in every field, irrespective of what you do in your life. Like some of them
Absolutely.
are your numerical abilities, your leadership abilities, your clerical competencies, your social skills,
Yeah.
your reasoning abilities. It will say how much you are strong or how much you are weak in each of these skill sets.
Right.
The message you get is wherever you are strong, there is scope for improvement, and
True.
wherever you are weak, it is a must for improvement.
Yeah.
Similarly, it will also list out your uh, career paths which are suitable for you. You know, today there are 17 or 18 career clusters, 95 career paths, and more than 4,000 career designations in this world. This is the opportunity available for youngsters or people who want to change their career. So, if somebody is finding his career, preferred career, not in the list from his psychometric test, it is not the end of the road. He can always analyze his present skill sets, everything where he is placed, and always work on them and try to become the person he wants to become. So these
Absolutely.
are the advantages and the different tools which somebody can take advantage of.
Very, very well narrated, sir. Very well said. Uh,
Thank you.
I've always thought this that as an individual, when we start working, there are two lives that we have. No, one is your personal life, and the second is your professional life. But I would like to know this from mentor Geet that how is it important to have our personal goals as well as professional goals?
Before I actually answer this question, I want to just add a point to what Venkat just spoke. When we don't, I spoke about SWOT and he's speaking about psychometrics, and what these analysis actually help us is in the absence of awareness of our strengths and our weaknesses, what we basically do is we try a blindfold to a man who's running in a race, right? And I just thought of that image when Venkat was talking about this, and I wanted to quickly share this with you. You put a blindfold on a man and make him run in a marathon, he is never going to reach the right destination.
True.
So I applaud Venkat sir's summarization of psychometrics and how important they are for any person who's setting up a
Right.
goal.
Absolutely.
Now, now coming back to Swaroop, your question, what is the importance of setting up personal and professional goals? Now, let's first understand what do goals help us achieve. Goals, when defined clearly, give us a roadmap and an actionable plan, right? A destination and an actionable plan. A professional and personal goal, not only whether it is professional or personal goal, it not only helps us articulate what is the ultimate destination, but it also allows us to chart our way towards achieving these goals, right? Now, on a personal level, goals help define what's important to you as an individual. We have, all of us have dreams, all of us have visions, all of us look at other people and imagine, oh, I wish that I had that life. I wish I lived my life in this fashion. How do you make it happen? You don't make it happen only by thinking about it. You make it happen when you take certain steps. And how can you take
Right.
those actions? Is setting up goals for yourself, right? So there are multiple examples I can take in this case, especially of personal goals. Um, Weight loss. Weight loss is an exact example. You have to set up a goal. You have to make a plan, and work towards it. Each personal goal is somewhere an indication of what is important to the person, and it helps focus attention towards getting closer to achieving that goal. So,
Right.
setting goals, whether personal or professional, according to me, is a way to indicate the direction and detail out the path to achieving the goals rather than just hoping for the vision to come to reality. We have to make the effort, do the job to make our vision come to reality. That's my
Absolutely.
perspective on this.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. And most of the time people are confused. That should I have a personal goal or a professional goal or both the goals? So it becomes quite interesting. This conflict that we have in our mind, it has to
Yeah.
be resolved. Otherwise, it will lead to a conflict for the lifetime. And
Yep.
on the same note, I would like to ask Venkat one question. Sir, you spoke about core competencies. You spoke a lot about identifying who you are, knowing yourself. So quickly, I would like to ask you one question, which is the question of today's generation. This is a big question. I would like to say India wants to know this, that how to set up a career goal.
Okay. See, be it career goal or professional goal, or personal goal, the basic principles are the same according to me. One is you set inside yourself, the other is you set for you, for your outer world. Okay, like
True.
what you want to achieve, what you want to reach in your life. The best way would be, again, I will recap what I told earlier in the previous question. For convenience sake, we should be aware, number one, any goals or objectives we set in our life, especially career goals, it is not enough and we are not done once we set it. It has to be achieved. There has to be a
Right.
meaningful result. Otherwise, it is a futile exercise. And you should also be able to realize when you achieve it. And not to forget any goal or objective, because normally career goals are not short term. They are
Yeah.
spread over a number of years. It's like a 5-year plan or a 10-year plan.
True.
We have to be aware, and especially youngsters, not to get disheartened,
Huh.
because like a journey, you are going from say Chennai to Delhi, you may encounter floods, cyclone, earthquake, anything on the way. But your purpose is to reach Delhi. So you have to be
True.
prepared for it.
Yeah.
And the best way to do it is, when you set your career goals, split it into periodical goals or mini goals. That is number one. That means
Short
step by
term goal.
step, in a phased manner, you keep working on them and you keep achieving them, so that
True.
anywhere you are stuck or meet any challenge, you don't have to start from the scratch. That is number
Right.
one. Second thing,
Yes.
career goals are for people, those who have a positive outlook in life.
Mhm.
Then only it is achievable. Just because your parents are forcing, your peer pressure, your relatives are asking you, if you set career goals, it will fall flat on its face. It is not going to take you anywhere. And
Yeah.
this is for people with positive outlook, who are willing to dream, and most important, who are ready and committed to take the bull by the horn. That means
Right.
life's challenges. Whatever is thrown at you, you have to welcome it with a smiling face and give it back with a spirited reply. That is
True.
very, very critical. And when you plan, you have to be shrewd. It has to be timely and in a proactive manner, because only this will enable you to be very, very effective with your action plan.
Right.
Because procrastination is the biggest disease. I see it more dangerous than COVID also, right? In the
And it's
prevalent
it's
situation,
a, and
yeah,
it's a widespread disease,
yeah, and
procrastination.
people will accept if I use these terms. And very, very important is, your goals have to be realistic.
True.
Again,
Yes.
don't succumb to pressure and set something which is not realistic.
Not
And
realistic. Yeah.
to summarize, there is a two-way approach to it. What is it? Your goals have to be specific, measurable, and realistic. There should not be any iota of doubt in your mind while setting them or after setting them. You have to be very clear, and you need to take actions which are tied or clubbed to goals in your life. You can't have a goal and work on something else.
No.
It should not be an
Right.
unattended child. You have to nurture it like a child. What a mother does to a child, you have to babysit your goals like that in your life. It will be mess. To make sure it is a foolproof method is to make a success blueprint in advance. That means,
Right.
as you embark and keep working on your career goals, it may take 2 years, 5 years, 7 years, whatever may be the time. Anywhere you find you are getting deviated, disrupted, distracted, or you forgot the path, or you have become confused, this will help you like a ready reckoner. You can come back to it. It will put you back on your track. Like a
True.
train which is derailed, we put it back on the track. And most important is, you have to make it known to everybody who is around you, that what is your career goal, so that you get necessary inputs, necessary
Right.
value, necessary support.
True.
And most important is you should be able to visualize it. That means when I set a goal, say if I want to be an engineer after 5 years, today I see myself as if I have become an engineer already. I start from the from the destination. I don't start from where I am today. I start from the destination because it gives me the necessary confidence and belief, not only to me, to my subconscious mind. I
True.
can mislead my subconscious mind to believing that it has already been achieved or
Absolutely.
it is something which is achievable. And before setting a goal, one needs to know about oneself. That means it is about how you know what you are, what is your foundation, what is your DNA. For example, whether I am an extrovert or introvert, whether I am a sensing or intuitive personality, whether I am a thinking or feeling personality, whether I am a judging or perceiving personality. Because
Very
when
true.
you take 8 types of personalities, each and every human being, 4 of these are attributed to a person. Like I can be an extrovert, I can be a sensing, I can be a feeling, and I can be a judging person.
True.
So, in total, if you make a permutation combination of these 8 options, you will get a person of 4 combinations, maximum 16 possibilities. People have to remember that. That means these things vis-a-vis and in line with the psychometric or ideal career test will tell you where you will fit. It's like fitting the plug in the socket. Perfectly, you can go and sit there. And most important thing is, again, I would like to reiterate, it is very necessary to first know what are your career values, your career interests, your core strength, your preferred learning styles, your personality type, and very important, whether you have all the 8 skill sets or not, even if you have, whether you have them adequately or not. Because if I'm a leader 80%, I am nowhere. I have to be a leader 100%.
True.
There is no, like in golf, you cannot play 99% good game. It has to be either 100% or it is zero. So there is
Right.
no margin between that. So this is how
Absolutely.
somebody can set a career goal. And as I told again, I am reiterating earlier, the opportunities are innumerable in world today. Unlike earlier years, when I did my graduation in 80s, I was looking for a government job or a private job. Nothing else, no choice. Whatever I get, I accept it. That became my career. Today it's not like that. Today's generation was very fortunate. They can dictate, they can choose, they can pick and choose, they can challenge themselves. They're not challenging anybody. Today, if I want to become a coach, I have thrown a biggest challenge to myself. That is the beauty and opportunity in today's world.
Superb. Superb. Very
And
wisely said,
nobody is
sir.
stoppable. And this is what, if you dream, you can live your life.
True. Very true. I request all the participants who are attending today's session, you can share your question uh, on Facebook and YouTube, and would like to have the answer to those questions by our mentors. So please share your questions. And I have like a next question coming up for Mentor Gee. That what do you think about this mentor card platform?
I think it's a platform which should be looked at by those people who are trying to build their careers or transition into new careers as a resource where they have a reservoir of knowledge sitting together.
True. Very
So
true.
if I had access to when I was trying to transition into uh, uh, my business about 2.5 years back, I would have gone to MentorCart and asked all the questions related to finance, related to sources, resources, and got answers. And that's what MentorCart
Right.
does. And I believe
Absolutely.
it's a tool that should be utilized efficiently, and I believe it's a superb opportunity for everybody. I mean, there are so many mentors coming from so many industries, right? Where do you get all that? So
So amazing, really amazing. That really I do also feel in a similar manner that 10 years back, if I would have got something like this, my life would have been completely different. So yes, I would like to ask the same question to Mentor Venkat. That what do you think about this platform called MentorCard?
Thanks, Swaroop. As I said, after a long corporate stint, I was very passionate to do what I am doing right now. For 2 3 years, I wandered. I was like without any direction or a
Without
clear
goal.
path. Yeah, clear path like how I will deliver.
True.
And let me tell you, mentor card is one of the best things which has happened to me as a mentor. Yes, it is very, very beneficial to mentees, even for mentors, because it helps us, it supports us and empowers us to do what we want to do in our life. What is it we
Very
all
true.
have in common is adding value. And because, like our uh, first Prime Minister told, today's children are tomorrow's generation. We also
Right.
had been children once. We have
Very
become
true.
today's generation. And if
Absolutely.
I don't share what I have learned from my life experience, from my career experience, it is going to
Yeah.
go waste. I'm not
Absolutely.
going to go with it. You see, I want to share it. I want people, even if I share with 1 million and it makes a difference in one life, I'll be very happy. That is what is
Very
the power of mentor card. And from mentee's point of view, in a very simple language, it is like the busiest airport or busiest railway station. Like
okay,
you
sir.
go there, yeah,
There is one question for you,
yeah,
Venkat sir. Sir, your
yes, yes.
guidance or any suggestion for coaching entrepreneur?
Pardon?
If there is someone who is doing who is a coaching entrepreneur, who is having tuition classes or something like this, so what would be
Right.
your advice to them?
I would advise them to first join somebody like Mentor Card to be able to deliver, to make a difference, to get the right platform. And also, there is nothing wrong even if they get a hand holding from a mentor themselves, because
True.
it is very, very critical to know your foundation. What are your core values? What are your limitations in your life? What are the possibilities? And how do you set your own outcomes, and how do you make correct decisions in your life, and how do you go about it? And coming back to mentor card, if I am a mentee, like for me, nothing better than this avenue, because it's like a railway station or airport, which is busiest, say something like Heathrow Airport or Mumbai railway station. Once you go there, you find a plane or a train which can take you anywhere in the world. You find any type of vehicle, you sit in any class, you have all the information there. You are guided, you are mentored, people will guide you, you will be taken to your destination. And you can go anywhere in the world, even if not directly, it will give you the right connection.
True.
So
True.
this is
Very
what the mentor card is all about. In our real life, like we have been fortunate to be born in this era, to be able to serve in mentor card. If I were a student today, I will grab this opportunity with both
Yes.
hands.
Yes.
absolutely.
I'm
Absolutely.
sure it is going, like I told you earlier, not only you become accountable if you have a mentor, you also start focusing and knowing yourself. You come to meet a wonderful person. Till today, people may not be knowing the beauty of themselves. We
True.
look at our mirror only for outer beauty.
Right.
Mentor card is a mirror which can throw open your inner beauty to yourself,
Absolutely.
your
And
So
capabilities.
if I may
yeah.
add, Swaroop, a little to this,
Sure.
when somebody has a goal, and we've gone through the whole exercise of talking about goals right now, uh, they're all focused towards that goal. It's like, one track vision. I know I want to achieve this. And we become blinded to a lot of things that may impact
Absolutely.
us, or, impact our goal achievement. The fact that mentor cart has so many mentors coming from varied industries, varied amount of experiences, functions, uh,
Absolutely.
if I was somebody, or maybe about 2.5 years back when I was starting my 2 years back when I was starting my business, I would have loved to share my plan with a mentor, discuss my plan with the mentor, get those opinions, get those ideas about added resources to consider, added modes of revenue to consider,
Right.
because I was completely unaware. I learned through my way. I
True.
struggled and tried and experimented, wasted some money, but it's a trial and error. And when you have a platform like MentorCart where you can actually, it's at your disposal, so many mentors are checking the app regularly, answering questions, ready for one-on-one conversations. I think it should be utilized by the younger millennials, especially millennials and the next generation for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, dear all participants, I'm winding up this discussion, concluding this on this wonderful note that today we discuss about how passion drives success, but we got to know a lot of aspects about how to be successful. Passion is something that is a core. It is a very important. Everybody should be passionate about something, and that has been highlighted through this wonderful discussion. I'm extremely thankful to MentorCut for giving us this platform to share our views on this particular topic, and I believe that every individual who has been a part of this session today must have got some insights or varied insights about how passion drives success. I'm extremely thankful to Mentor Venkat and Mentor Geet for your precious time. And
Thank
signing
you.
off for today. Do tune in. We are going to get back next Saturday at 7 p.m. So thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, Swaroop. Thank you,
Thank you,
Geet.
Saru.
It
Thank
has
you,
been a
sir.
lovely
Thank you,
evening,
sir.
Yeah,
and
thanks a
look
lot.
forward to
Pleasure
more
connecting.
such sessions. Thank you.
Sure.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.